There was no key. We didn't play that well. No excuses. We got to get better going in the next week. We let them creep their way back into this one. So, I think we got a little complacent when we got up. We got up 22-0, and we got a little complacent. And guys started to, thinking about next week. It took a couple guys out, and we had to put them back in. So that's never a good thing.
Well, Coach, since you brought it up, why don't we talk about next week? You guys, of course, are going to host Salem, and what will be literally a playoff play-in game where the winner will then move on to play the Pinkerton Astros in the South Conference Championship. How do you keep the guys' emotions in check throughout the practice week to make sure that they're focused on the task at hand and their emotions don't run too high?
I'd be lying if I said that they haven't already been, thinking about it. I know they have. We talked about it at the beginning of the week in the scenario, and our thing this week was good teams take care of business. If we were going to take care of business on South, if we were a good team, we would take care of business on South. But we know that, it's huge. I mean, it's the biggest game Londonderry's had in a while. I mean, I know they made the playoffs last year and everything, but with this much on it, and two teams being this good, it's I don't know. It's just the way they write it,
Yeah. Coach Lauzon joining us, Londonderry now.
To answer your question, I don't think I'll have a problem keeping their focus.
Yeah.
I think they'll be ready to go. It's just a matter of, who makes the fewest mistakes next Friday night and who imposes their will on the other team.
Yeah, it wasn't so much their focus. I'm sure they're not going to have a problem getting focused on this one. More or less the emotion, as you said, to keep that in check next week. Make sure they don't play too much to turn it over and the adrenaline's not going too high. Right. How do you address that?
Yeah, that's been our problem. In my opinion, the two biggest games we've played up until this point have been BG and Pinkerton. Both games, we let the emotion get to us. We were sloppy early, sloppy on the first drive, turned the ball over. Everyone was trying to make the big-time play, and they are pressing a little bit. We'll have to work on that. Definitely talk to my coaches about what their feel is on that and how we can keep them in check. And it's just execution. We just got to go out there and execute, not think about how much is on the line.
Mm. Coach Lauzon joining us following a 22-13 win by Londonderry over Nashua South. Coach, your team is now 7-1. Would you have a problem finishing 7-2 and still missing the playoffs potentially?
Yeah, that's a tough speech to give to the kids, huh?
Right.
7-2 and not make the playoffs. That would be tough. We have our first goal is to make the playoffs, so that's where we're at right now. I'm proud of them. I'm really proud of them. But if we don't make the playoffs, and we are a playoff team, and I think we have that, at both us and Salem. We're both playoff caliber teams, I think, and but that's just the way it's set up. And I don't want to be 7-2. I don't want to miss the playoffs.
Right. All right. Well, Coach, I mean, like you said, you know what's on the table. You know what's on the line next week. I suppose you just got to coach your guys for the moment, for the task at hand, and that's really all you can do at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, big players step up in big games, right? So, I mean, they'll be excited. They'll be ready to go. I think both teams will probably have great weeks of practice, and it's whoever's going to play better for 48 minutes next Friday night. That's the hockey. That's it. And I've been preaching to these guys. Now you're down to 48 minutes left. It was 120, it was 96. Now it's down to 48, and they know what's on the line. They don't want it to be the last time they play together, but neither does Salem. So everything I'm saying to you, Salem's going to be thinking and doing the same thing. So it's going to be fun to lead up to it. The kids got to enjoy every moment of the press coverage and everyone talking about it and everyone going to be there, and just enjoy the moment. But at the same time, you want to win the game.
Coach, you talk about big players show up in big games, and that will certainly be the case next Friday. No shortage of big-name players. Player of the Year candidate Eric Fairweather for you, along with Mike Ryan, Dennis Bishop, and then for them, John Sarantini, Charlie Simbata, and company. But give me one player on your team that could be an X factor that nobody's talking about.
Oh, you want me to give my secrets away here?
just a name.
Listening.
Just one name.
I'd say Dennis needs to be a big part of the game, and our outside wide receivers who are very good ball players. Nick Anderson, Nick Donnelly, Ryan Harold, They're all very good. It's just, when Eric goes into his zone, running the ball, we try to get Mike and Dennis, a certain amount of touches every game because they're so explosive that those guys kind of get left out. So, I'm sure they'll want to be involved in the game plan. I'm sure they'll want to step up, and I think those three guys could be a big key for us. And then defensively, we just need great play from everyone knows our DBs. It's just we need great play from Josh Brathwaite on the D line and Sean Salidas, guys that have all shown potential to do so. They've got to do it on Friday night.
Coach, don't give away too much. We've got Coach Pike listening in on the phone right now.
No doubt about it. I'm sure you guys are having him on right after me.